Hello YouTube. So today we are going to be replacing our old hard drive from our computer with a new hard drive. So the first thing we got to do is open the box. After you have successfully opened your box, you will see something like this. So now take your hard drive out of the box. After you have taken the hard drive out of the box, you will need to open the bag. After you have opened the bag, you will see something like this. So take your drive and make sure that you have a cable that looks like the cable that would fit into any of these ports on the back of your drive. Then, after you have done that, you would unplug your computer from its power and make sure you flip the switch on the power supply to make sure it is off. Then, you want to take your computer and flip it over. After you have flipped over your computer, you would like to take a Phillips head screwdriver, one that looks particularly like this. Then you would find the 4 or 2 screws on the back of your computer case to open it up. After you have taken out the screws, you would want to take off the protective cover of your computer. After you have opened up your computer, look for a cable that looks similar to this, or one that will fit your drive. Then take the cable and plug it into the location on the motherboard that you would need to plug it into. Mine is somewhere under that jumbled mess of cables, like my other 2 drives are connected to. After you have done that, route your cables into the drive bay where your drive will be placed. Then take your drive and plug it into the cables. Okay, now with whatever demonic method of cable management you use, you should have your drive wired up in your computer. Okay, now we need to take our case and slide it back on. Then you need to take your screws and screw it back onto the case. Now, take your computer and put it back into its normal upright position. Now, take your computer's power plug, plug it back into the power supply, and then turn your power supply back on. Then you press the on button and pray that your computer still works. The monitor still works so far. You should see the motherboard BIOS. Oh, there we go. We have little blinking cursor. And this might take a little while. Then you should begin to see the Windows logo or whatever other operating system you have turn on onto your screen. There we go. Now we'll sign into the computer and I'll show you what to do next.
Okay, so now that we have assured that our computer is now being able to boot, we must go into File Explorer and make sure that our old drives are still there. And so here we go. Old drives are all still there, and make sure that you can still read and write to them. So just create a text document, name it something, save it, and if you can open the file again, you should be good. Now we need to open disk management to make sure that our new drive that we connected is showing up. Okay, so our old drive, or our new drive, has shown up with the 4 terabytes of space that was advertised. So we want to set it as a GBT drive. Click OK. Then it'll freeze for a little bit, and then you should be good. Now, what you want to do is you want to go into File Explorer, go to the drive that you want to clone, go to View, then go to Options, then View, select Show Hidden Files, Folders, and Drives. So I have that already selected. So what you would do is just hit Apply and then hit OK. So then you go into Disk Management, look for the drive that you just installed, right-click it, select New Simple Volume, click Next, then Next again. Then we want to assign the drive letter. So for now, we'll just leave it at what it wants to be for now. But after we have finished copying over all the files, we'll change the drive letter of the old drive to the drive letter of something, and then we'll change the drive letter of our new drive to what the old drive letter was. Then we hit Next. Then we need to select the file system, so we want it to be NTFS or whatever file system that your current drive is in. It's probably an NTFS, but you know. So a location unit size, default, and volume label. We're gonna call this the huge drive because it's pretty big. Then perform quick folder or yeah, perform a quick format and next. Finish. Now it will begin to format our drive and now it will ask us what it wants us to do with removable drives. Or what? That's not a removable drive. I don't know why I said that unless I saw things. So whatever. So we want to go into our old drive, copy all of the files with Control C, or you can right click and hit copy. Then we want to go into our new drive, either right click in it and hit paste, or just press Control V. And we'll begin to do this. So what it will first do is calculate all of the things that it needs to copy over, which is a lot. So I will wait for that to finish. After you are finished copying all your folders into your new drive, go to Disk Management, look for your old drive, right-click it, then click Change Drive Letter and Paths. So you want to change the drive letter. I'm going to change this drive letter to I for now. Some programs that rely on drive letters may not run correctly. Do you want to continue? Yes. The volume game drive E simple volume is currently in use. If you continue, the new drive letter will be assigned, but you can still use the old drive letter to access the volume until you restart your computer. The old drive letter will not be available for assignment until you restart. Changing the drive letter of a volume might cause some programs to no longer run. Do you want to continue? Yes. Here we go. So now we can see our drive right here. Next, we go on to our new drive. Hit change drive letters and paths. Hit change, then change it to the drive letter of your old drive. For me, it was E. Some programs that rely on drive letters may not run correctly. Do you want to continue? Yes. It is currently in use. Click yes again. There we go. Now we just need to restart our computer and everything should work fine. We are now going to assure that our new drive is stable and has allowed the programs that we have installed on it to still run. So to figure out what programs are still installed on your drive, go to File Explorer for your old drive, which should be what your old drive's old path, or where your old drive's path used to be. Look for a different program and look for different programs that you have on there. So I have BlueStacks on here. Let's see if BlueStacks still opens, which it does. We also have Blizzard still on there. Let's see if that still opens. It opened. It just wants to load now. So let's also test if our Steam library has updated, which is probably what most people are going to upgrade their drive for. You see, now it wants to update a bunch of stuff, and I don't want it to do that. Pause all updates. There we go. Okay, so let's check if our Steam library is still working. So let's try and open up, let's try Polybridge. This should open up fairly quickly. And just like that, it still opens. And don't worry about your save files if you have Steam because it automatically updates to the Steam cloud anyway. However, if you have local save files, they should still be there anyway. And wow, that game is loud. Okay, so that's how you upgrade your drive on Windows to a larger drive or one of smaller storage if you have enough. If you know what I mean. Yeah. Well, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like or subscribe, or do both because that's good. You can also click the little bell thing, and it gives you notifications for my new videos, and that's pretty good, you know. You want to get notified. Okay.